All right. Good morning, horns up, and welcome to Headbangers Kitchen Live on YouTube. I thought I could do these morning live sessions when I have my coffee. Short and sweet, 10 to 15 minutes, and have a chat with you folks who are online right now. If you guys have any questions, um, happy to answer them. Otherwise, I can just jibber jabber about random things. And yeah, that's pretty much the idea of these live streams. YouTube is also pushing the vertical live now, and they've made it a lot more convenient as compared to previously, which was, a different sort of stream. But as always, would love to know which part of the world you are watching from. And as always, I got to check that the live stream is working. Hey, Days of Phoenix, good morning. How are you? All right, looks like everything is okay. We have liftoff and people are here. Fantastic. So, yeah, hopefully, I should have a new recipe for you guys today. If my editor can deliver it to me in time and it's perfect and it doesn't need any changes. So I'm doing a classic Indian vegetarian dish, and I'll be adding some meat to it, which is part of my new series called Will It Meat, where I take popular Indian vegetarian food and add meat to it because 80% of Indians are protein deficient. So I'm here to help make you a little less protein deficient. Hey Nop, good morning, good morning. Hello Michelle from Texas. Please send me some beef brisket from Texas. Get me some of that Franklin barbecue. So yeah, Meet India is one of the two new series that I've started where I'm focusing more on Indian cuisine and meat specifically. And I'm also Well, India is not as insulin resistant, I think, but we definitely do have a fair amount of diabetes cases, quite a bit, I think. I think in India, in general, given the size of the population, you're always going to have the largest number of anything almost. I mean, hey, most people think India is a vegetarian country, but we are 70% meat eaters, which is a lot of meat eaters. So, yeah, big numbers all around the board. And yeah, so those are the two series that I've started. I think now, finally, thanks to these kind of live streams, a lot of my content is finally reaching a lot of my older subscribers who are now realizing that I no longer do keto, and they are sort of, I think, unsubscribing, or they themselves don't do keto anymore. So it's an interesting journey. It's about 9 a.m. here in Mumbai city in India. Hello, Jackie from California. How are you doing? Yeah, I think in general, global diabetes rates are rising because everybody's just over consuming food. There's a lot of that going on. Now you get food at the click of a button on your phone. You dream of a food and it is available. There's a lot more eating than previously. So, yeah, of course, it all adds up. The Ghost Pirate. Well, good luck for your board exams tomorrow, and hope you do well. And even if you don't, it's not the end of the world. For those who don't know, I actually dropped out of college. So in India, uh, we don't have high school. It's not called high school. So in India, you have 10 grades, and when you finish your 10th grade, you move on to junior college, which is your 11th and 12th grade. I think that is high school in America, if I'm not mistaken. And I finished my high school basically, and then I started college and I was doing commerce, BCom, it's called in India, and I dropped out of BCom within the first 6 months. because it was not something that made sense to me to pursue. I was more interested in being a musician or doing something with music. So I just dropped out of college and I got a job in a recording studio as an assistant engineer, learning the ropes and working unpaid for a year. So that's kind of what I did. You live in Mumbai? Well, cool. So do I. Awesome. I would love to bring the serial eaters to America as well. I'd love to go and globally, explore food wise. The serial eaters have been pushing me to do a Bangkok trip with them. So they want to go to Bangkok and have a food trip. Can I do it online? You mean, what can I do online? College or the Serial Eaters Club? Yeah, so I mean, the club is actually a group on WhatsApp right now, and if you join my Headbanger Eats subscription on Instagram, we have a social channel there with all the serial eaters. So that's already there actually. It's just that it's on Headbanger Eats, which is my second channel, which is the food blogging channel. So that already exists there. So you can kind of join there and be involved in some way. So yeah. The thing is, this is all new, very new, and learning the ropes. And so the Serial Eaters is a foodie group of mine, where fans of my food blogging page, we're all on a WhatsApp group. Well, only 1,000 because WhatsApp has a limit. And I organize events at restaurants. So we'll do like a meetup where all of us meet and we share food and stuff like that. AOWATC, thank you so much. I'm really glad you enjoy the videos. I greatly appreciate the support. So yeah, that's the foodie club that I have, and so I have two parts to my food sort of persona online. There's this which you're watching right now, Headbanger's Kitchen, where I make recipe videos and stuff, and then there is Headbanger Eats, where I review restaurant food and I do meetups and things like that. Yeah, Days of the Phoenix, that's pretty much what the Instagram membership is actually. So, yeah, I actually do food drops and things like that. So, for example, if I'm cooking and there's a lot of something left, I'll give away a couple of portions of food to fans at random and stuff. Yeah. Are you doing the needful? That what is the needful exactly? I love your keto meals, especially the butter chicken wings. Thank you, Alicia. I'm glad you enjoy those recipes. So, Ashna's question is interesting. Sahil, after you started eating a bit of carbs, did you gain back the weight you lost? Any tips on how to avoid this? Yes, very simple. Ashna, weight gain happens because of one thing and one thing only: overconsumption of calories. So, when you're doing keto, what happens is because of the lack of carbs, your muscles are not holding on to glycogen. Therefore, you lose a lot of water weight, which is very motivating for a lot of people. When they start keto for the first time, they lose 4 to 5 kilos because their body is not holding on to water anymore thanks to keto. And it's very motivating, and it kind of helps you to go on that journey. But the reason you lose weight on keto is because you are eating in a calorie deficit, which means if your daily calorie requirement is say 1,200 calories or say 1,500 calories, it's I think 1,500 calories is a good benchmark. If you eat less than 1,500 calories, you will lose weight. Now, when you stop doing keto, the first thing that happens is your body is going to go back to holding water. So you will gain back some water weight. Now, it's important to remember that you're not gaining fat, you're only gaining water weight. So, the weight that comes on immediately after stopping keto and eating carbs again is water weight. After that water weight, what you gain will be based on how much or how little you eat. I would always suggest focus more on protein and let the carbs and fats balance themselves. But always weigh your food, track your calories for at least a month or a month and a half after you stop doing keto so that you can eyeball and understand portion sizes. Yeah. So, for example, my lunches have always been 100 grams of meat, 100 grams of rice, and 100 grams of vegetables. Clean, simple, very easy. Chicken breast or chicken thigh, or sometimes even pork or beef, fish. Rice is just generally steamed rice, and vegetables also steamed or just lightly sauteed. When you cook, use a teaspoon or a tablespoon measure for the fat, so that you know how many calories are going into, because when you pour with the bottle you do not know, you could be making a difference of 100 200 calories just by one extra pour. So it's very important to make these small changes in your lifestyle and adhere to them. Can I ask, why did you stop keto? Yes, I did a video which you can watch in great detail. But the truth is, keto was not sustainable for me. It was not something I could see myself doing long term. I love food, I live to eat, so why would I deprive myself? Um, Also, I felt better when I was eating carbs. For a lot of people, it may be the other way around, but for me, whenever I did keto, I would lose energy, I would feel very sad and depressed, and life did not feel worth living. Not even joking about this. My wife would call me Saddle when she would see me on keto. Like, my name is Sahil, but she would call me Sadhill because I was looking so sad. But whenever I would eat carbs, I would perk up and be very lively and stuff. So, yeah. Hey Sahil, which spices to use if I can't take chilies or strong spices of any kind? Cumin powder, turmeric powder, Kashmiri red chili powder, coriander powder. These four should be good enough for you. Thank you, NM Statcow. I can't pronounce that. I'm glad you enjoy the book. It was a lot of work and it was good fun to make that book. So yeah. No, it's okay. I mean, look, in life you have to try different things, and sometimes you have to do things to know how they feel. When I started keto, I didn't feel quite like that, but every time I restarted keto, it got more and more like not my cup of tea. Yes, Samantha is her name. Yeah, she had come for Pizza Wars and she told me, like, I'm allergic to chilies. She came for one of our meetups too. She's a serial eater. Uh, does Zatar have chilies? No, Zatar should not have chilies in it. Zatar is just like oregano and sumac and all these other herbs. Zatar is delicious. In fact, Dipti just made a pretty amazing paneer dish with zatar yesterday. So she just took nice paneer and just like sort of coated it in zatar and then pan fried it in olive oil, and was yum, really good. So zatar is something, yeah, I would say definitely get and stock up in your pantry. And of course, you can do that with chicken too. Zatar coated chicken will be delicious. Which comfort food do I turn to? I think for me it's always changed, but I think the two things that are constant in my life are uh, sandwiches and some kind of fried rice. And if not fried rice, then chicken and rice, like some version of chicken and rice. These are my three go to comfort foods. It's what I eat on a daily basis. I can eat it day or night, like Hainani's chicken rice. Give me that any day of the week. What do I add to my coffee? I only add a little bit of stevia. So the thing is, like most people, I drank coffee with milk and sugar because I started drinking coffee maybe when I was 14 or 15. And my mom's a big coffee drinker, but she drinks it black with nothing in it. And we only had instant coffee in our house those days, and I didn't like the bitter taste of coffee. Like, I liked coffee, but I didn't like the, like, when you drink coffee black, I didn't like that bitter taste. So I always needed like 30 ml of milk, and I needed sugar to sweeten it. At 14 and 15, it's expected. And that kind of became my go-to coffee drink. And of course, as my coffee palate evolved, and I met my wife Dipti and we were dating, we moved from instant coffee to slightly more expensive instant coffee, to a filter coffee machine, to a French press, to a mocha pot, to finally an espresso machine. And the thing is, when I was starting keto, I was just about to start keto, I realized that I could not drink milk on keto. Now, of course, I realized that that 30 ml of milk would have not really done any significant damage on keto. But I was like, okay, now I got to learn how to drink my coffee black. So I started drinking without milk, but with the sugar still, because I needed that sweetness. And then slowly from sugar, I moved to stevia and other artificial sweeteners, and now I stick to stevia in my coffee, just a little bit, and that kind of helps me enjoy it more. So I like that stevia in my coffee a little bit. And I have a particular brand of stevia because not all stevia tastes good. A lot of stevia brands have a lot of that bitter aftertaste. If I go to a coffee shop, I just have sugar free over there. But I still haven't been able to drink my coffee like purely black without any sugar or sweetener actually. In fact, now I mean, I have had a coffee with sugar a few times in the UK when I'm there, and I haven't had a artificial sweetener with me or something. But yeah, that's kind of my go-to. What's my hair maintenance routine? Well, thank you first of all. I appreciate the compliment. I am, I guess, lucky to have good genetics first and foremost with the hair, and I also just have a bath regularly. I don't overdo the products on my hair at all. In fact, I put nothing in my hair apart from my wife occasionally putting some serum or some kind of conditioner in it. I just use a good shampoo. I try different shampoos, and whichever one makes my hair feel the best, I stick with that. And I'll condition as well every now and then. So yeah, I guess just I don't really do much to it. And my coffee is also coming to a end here. Hi Jody, it's lovely to see you as well. I'm glad that these live streams are sort of now finally reaching my older subscribers, who will now discover my new content, and hopefully they will enjoy it as well. Do you have digestive issues on keto? Not a lot, but you basically don't go to the bathroom as much as you do. Once again, I know a lot of people who faced constipation on keto. But for me, I would eat enough vegetables, and I would also have fiber powder like isabgol. So I was generally okay on keto stomach wise. But I think carnivore sort of gave my stomach like a real weird thing. But I mean, it was there for a few days. Like, yeah, your poops definitely change on keto and carnivore really weirdly. Like, I gotta be honest, guys, nothing beats a good carb poo. Like, eating carbs and taking a poo, two thumbs up. Keto, carnivore, and taking a poop. Keto will be like a angle, and carnivore is like a complete. So yeah, a little bit of a graphic discussion for the morning, for the morning, but yeah, it is what it is. You gotta give people a heads up on what to expect. Yeah, look, carnivore is, look, the thing is, it's every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And when veganism kind of popped up into the food space, I knew carnivore was coming, and sure enough, carnivore showed up. Um, Honestly, both are extreme ends of the spectrum. Both are really ridiculous, if you ask me. While I do understand the ethics of veganism, it definitely they did not go down the right path of how the diet was portrayed and promoted. And carnivore also the same. It's a whole bunch of nut jobs just who are just like, I mean, the fear mongering, the anti science, and at the same time trying to say science is, like, it's just no, man. I mean, look, if someone wants to do either or both diets, if they feel good on it, if their health is okay, no problem. But just the sort of promoting it as the only way to live, and this is the right way and nothing else is correct, is just like, there is not enough research to confirm that either diet is the best diet and the optimal diet. That is all. I did carnivore. As much as I love meat, it gets too much. What was your relationship with alcohol during the transformation? I hardly drank alcohol. I've never been much of a drinker, you know. So I mean I drink a lot more now because I'm in the food blogging space, and there are always cocktails everywhere I go, and I do like cocktails because they're not they don't taste like alcohol as much. They're mostly, I at least pick the sweet cocktails. So yeah. Beatles or the Rolling Stones? That's a tough one because I'm more of a death metal guy, so I don't listen to either band a lot. But my favorite Beatles song is Eleanor Rigby, and my favorite Rolling Stones song is Painted Black. And both songs are absolute bangers. And it's a very, very tough call. Um, I think I do like. It's very hard. Picking between the Beatles and the Stones is very hard. I don't know if I can do it. That's true, Jackie. Even I can't give up rice. I've actually, like, now that I'm off keto and I'm eating everything in moderation, I actually don't care for desserts much. Have I heard the band Sleep Token? Yes, and I do love them. And I am going to take a pick. Okay, the Prairie Chicken, I am going to take a pick. I'm going to say the Beatles because I think I like Eleanor Rigby about 5.5% more than I like Painted Black as a song. Yep, absolutely. Favorite death metal song? It would be impossible to pick one song, but I do love a lot of good death metal bands like Nile, Hate Eternal, Cannibal Corpse, Deicide, Vader, Cryptopsy, Behemoth, a lot of new sort of tech death bands like Archspire, Obscura, Inferi. I love Aborted. What a great band. Um, yeah, I mean, the world of death metal is vast and expansive, and I do listen to a lot of them. Oh, nice. I will look them up. Maneskin. 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 Ah, okay, they're a rock band. Looks interesting. I'll check out a track or two of theirs. All right, this live stream has been a lot longer than I expected, but let's keep going, guys. Listen to Valentine's. All right, I will do that. Oh, they were from Eurovision. Ah, explains it. I mean, I'm not 100% on that keto is more expensive, because I think on keto you tend to eat less food also. So it might work out to be just as expensive. But yeah, I mean, if you want to eat the steak and all the fancy stuff, yeah, it is going to be a bit expensive. How many times did you do keto? I did it once and I'm considering trying it again. Um, yeah, so I did keto at least 6 times or 7 times, because I would do it for 3 months at max, and then I would go off because I wanted to eat carbs, and I'd binge eat and I'd gain some weight and I'd be like, oh, gotta start keto again. Then I'd do it again. And the thing is, every time you keep doing it, your body responds differently because your body adapts. So the weight loss is not as fast. It's not. Okay, I don't know if keto can turn you acidic, but it can definitely give you keto breath, which can be stinky. But this whole acidic alkaline thing is a little. But yes, you can have keto breath, which is a thing. Yes. And that's the thing, right? Like, keto is still, it's only what, it got popular around 2016. It started to pick up. 2018 is when keto peaked. So the we haven't had like a long duration study on keto. For the most part, if you eat a balanced diet on keto, if you get your sort of labs done regularly, you should be fine. So, Chris, I'm going to give you some unsolicited advice, and I will also preface that by saying I'm neither a doctor, nor a dietitian, nor a nutritionist, blah, 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 blah. If you really want to lose weight and keep the weight off, forget keto, forget any diet. Take what you are eating now, whatever your current diet is, and adjust that. Make small, sustainable lifestyle changes that you can actually adhere to. Yeah. So, for example, if you eat, let's just say, you eat half a chicken breast and 2 slices of toast for dinner, change that to one full chicken breast and 1 slice of toast with a side of vegetables for dinner. Make a change like that. Instead of taking away certain food groups or drastically changing what you eat, make small changes. Start weighing out your food, start logging your calories for a couple of weeks. How to control the craving? Eat what you want, but just portion control. So, for example, I wanted to eat ice cream sandwiches. I bought 4 ice cream sandwiches, put them in my freezer. I looked at the nutrition label at the back of the ice cream sandwich. It said that the full ice cream sandwich was 200 calories. You know what I did? I cut the ice cream sandwich in half, put half on a plate, folded the rest of it, and put it back in the freezer, and I ate my half ice cream sandwich. I was happy. I got to eat my sandwich. It was only 100 calories, and I was good. You know? See, I have a little calendar here where I log my sorry. So every day I weigh myself first thing in the morning. Like, I wake up, I go to the bathroom, and then I weigh myself. And I put this same time every single day. I weigh myself every day, and I also write down which days I have exercised. So I either go for a walk or I go to the gym or whatever, and I write it down. And if I have a rest day, so R is for rest, because you need rest days also. And then I look at the graph. So is the weight going down that week? If it's not going down, that means I need to cut down the amount of food I'm eating. If it's staying the same, it means okay. If I want to lose weight, I need to cut it. If it's going up, it means I need to cut it so that I don't put on more weight. And I just keep a track. And that's how I sort of keep things. And since January, so I started on Jan 1st, I was 78.3 kilos. As of Monday this week, I was I was 75.1 kilos. So I actually lost 3 kilos, a little more than 3 kilos. You can also do this on a app, Carb Manager, MyFitnessPal, many of them. Now in 2 months I have lost 3 kilos, which is 6 pounds. That's a sustainable way to lose weight. Like, I want to lose 10 kilos in total, okay? And you know how long I'm giving myself to do that? 10 months at least, if not 1 year. And during this time, I have gone to restaurants. I just did a 10 dish tasting yesterday. I tasted 10 different dishes at a restaurant yesterday, and I had a cocktail, and I didn't stress about it. And I use intermittent fasting as a tool. So now I know that last night I had a cocktail, I had 10 dishes, I tried them all. So today I'm just going to have my coffee in the morning. I'm going to have an orange because it's 50 calories, it's got some good nutrition, it's got fiber. And if I'm still hungry, I'll have a piece of chicken. So no carbs for breakfast, just coffee, maybe a piece of chicken and an orange. And then I'll just eat lunch and dinner normally. And just keep it simple. Use tools like intermittent fasting to help you balance things out. Don't deprive yourself if you have. And here's the thing, guys. If you find that you are unable to control yourself, even when you have given yourself permission to eat things, if you have an eating disorder, you need to seek therapy. I'm not even kidding about this. Because here's the thing, right? Why are you eating so much? A lot of times there are emotional problems, there are psychological issues that we don't think about. And therapy is a great place to explore why you are overeating. Sometimes it's just lifestyle, but if you are like one of those people who just overeats certain things, has too much of a craving of something, it might be a good idea to explore this, because we never think about how our mental health affects our eating habits, right? Maybe you're in a tumultuous relationship and your way of coping is eating. Maybe you've had some childhood trauma that causes you to binge eat desserts. I don't know, but it is something to explore. Anyway, I've been on for about 30 minutes now. I'm going to answer the last 2 or 3 questions if there are any, and then I will say bye because my coffee is also done with. And I've got chores to do. I got to put out the garbage and do a few other things and then get to work. I hope you've been enjoying all the new videos on the channel. Check out the new shorts as well. I've been doing recipes as poems, which may or may not be everyone's cup of tea, but do check them out. Also, a lot of recipes on the channel for very interesting food, so hopefully you'll all give it a watch. And as always, if you can find the like button, smash it. And any final questions now, I will answer them and then I will say goodbye. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. Watering flower, I love meat too. Do I play any other instruments besides guitar? Yes, I play the drums. I sing. I guess that voice is an instrument. And I also play a little bit of bass and keyboards, enough to record on my albums. Jackie wants to get gastric surgery, but my sister says I'm taking the easy way out. Jackie, look, I'll tell you one thing. Go to a doctor, talk to the doctor about the pros and cons of gastric surgery, because a lot of times we may have a not very clear understanding of what it entails. And look, sometimes medical intervention is required, okay? I'm not going to tell you whether you should or should not get the surgery. All I'm going to ask you to do is get a doctor's opinion on the pros and the cons, and then get a second doctor's opinion as well, so that you have a balanced view and you have the full picture in front of you before you take the decision. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. I don't know your I don't know your family medical history. I don't know your current health status. I don't know your weight, your nothing. So I cannot obviously tell you whether it's the right thing to do or not. But I will tell you, talk to a doctor who can give you a proper pros and cons about the surgery and whether or not it makes sense. Is it okay to consume processed food like sausage while I'm on a diet? Yes, absolutely. Everything in moderation. Yeah? That's the motto. Everything in moderation is cool. All right, guys, thank you for being on the live stream. I've had a great morning with you guys. I hope you had fun too. I will see you on another live stream sooner than you think, probably. Anyway, take care and look out for a new video later today. Bye bye.